Howdy ho, Andrew here. Welcome to the Onion Buns and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Oilers. It's a gorgeous day here in Edmonton. Absolutely gorgeous. The heat has broken. Anyone that knows me knows I prefer spring and fall. I don't mind winter. I love summer for growing stuff, but the heat, it can take off. I spent 20 years in Barrie, Ontario, and that damn near killed me. I never did get climatized to the humidity and the heat of southern Ontario. So I'm in a great mood today. The heat is broken. It's nice. I think it's, what is it? It's 18 degrees outside right now. That's gorgeous weather. Beautiful. So, as always, we're 6 weeks out from the start of the hockey season, and I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. Struggling to find stuff to talk to you guys about from week to week during the summer it's kind of challenging. It really is. So, why don't we start with the staple that I absolutely freaking adore? It's a segment. I haven't named it, but let's name it right now. Let's make fun of the Toronto Maple Leafs. How can you go wrong with that? So, right off the bat, we got a cartoon. I don't know who this cartoon's from. I can't see a signature. So, it was from Boston Bruins site, but other than that. Pharmacist talking to a Toronto Maple Leafs fan wearing a Matthews jersey. Sir, please understand, to buy antidepressants and antipsychotic meds, you need a prescription. Simply showing me your Leafs season tickets and jersey isn't enough. I could do days of this crap. I should give credit right off the bat that most of these stuff I share with you come from a Facebook site called Leaf Suck. It's run by a bunch of Habs fans, and they zoom in on anti-Leaf stuff, and some of it is absolutely hilarious. Some of it is delusional. They are Habs fans after all, but some of it is just absolutely hilarious, and I will link a link to their Facebook page in the description of the video, so you can take a look. And if you want to go sign up there, you can do that, or you can just watch my video every week. And I'm going to start every video off with the ones that made me laugh over the week. So the second one we have is, might as well get this out of the way now. Toronto Maple Leafs eliminated from the NHL playoffs. It's another Boston Bruin fans one. The Bruins are being extra brutal right now, but Toronto and Boston have that rivalry. So, and my third one for this week, to end this week off with a smile, it's another picture of Austin Matthews. Like, he seems to be the brunt of the joke. And I mean, come on, people. Is there anyone in the NHL more deserving to be a brunt of the joke than Austin Matthews? Anyway, it says, more parents say allowing children to play hockey not worth risk of being drafted by the Maple Leafs. So there you go. Let's make fun of the Leafs. All right. So now we got the humor out of the way and get everybody smiling, I hope, unless you're a Leaf fan. But I mean, come on, if you're a Leaf fan, you should have a really good sense of humor. I mean, look at your team. It's either you laugh or you cry. So let's be positive and just laugh. Anyway, so we got slight update on the McDavid contract negotiations. McDavid came out earlier or late last week, I should say. He was being interviewed at the Olympic tryouts, and he was asked about signing in Edmonton, and his response is what I've been saying for weeks now. I have every intention to win in Edmonton. It's my focus. So, I mean, that really does answer it right there. That's out of McDavid's mouth, but I have video for you. So how about we just listen to Connor answer himself?
Right, yeah, no. I said I didn't do, I had every intention just to take my time with it, and I still feel the same way. Take my time and go through everything, and I have every intention to win Edmonton. That's my only focus. Maybe next to win the gold medal with Canada, but it is my intention to win there. Yeah, take my time going through it with obviously my family, my agent, everybody involved.
So there you go. Straight out of Connor's mouth. It is his intention to win in Edmonton. I think you can take it to the bank that he's re-signing. Again, I've been saying for weeks, it's going to be a 4 to 8 year deal, and I think it's going to be $16 to $16.5 million a season. I suspect it's going to be a 4-year deal. I mean, Connor's not going to come out and say that right now, but that is my suspicion, because he wants to win in Edmonton, but he wants to win that Stanley Cup. And in 4 years' time, we're going to be on the downside. We'll still be a playoff team in 4 years. Make no mistake, we may even be Western Conference Finals, but we will be sliding down because, we're pretty bare in the cupboard. So unless Stan Bowman can do some really amazing things restocking our cupboards over the next few years, I think we will just have kind of plateaued and we'll be on our downside, and that happens to every team. So I think in 4 years, if we haven't won the cup, Connor will walk and he will sign with a top contender. It's not you, Toronto. Get that out of your brain already. I know Sportsnet and TSN keeps telling you guys it's Toronto. It's not Toronto. It's never going to be Toronto. So just get over it already. But yeah, I'll see him signing with a contender out there, whoever happens to be the top contender in 4 years' time, and going for the cup that way. If we do win a cup in 4 years, I would not be surprised if Connor then re-signs an 8-year contract and retires as an Oiler, because winning the cup is his bucket list. That's his goal. Once he hits that bucket list, then it's about loyalty, and I think his loyalty is in Edmonton. I mean, his wife just opened up a business here too, so it's, there's a lot of things holding him in Edmonton, and that were not there when he was drafted. He has built himself a community here. He's married a local girl. She's building the business here. She's an architect. They built a massive house that honestly would be pretty hard to sell, if we're being quite honest. It was their dream home and they built it. And so he's put down roots here and everything. So I think the only way he leaves Edmonton is if he can't win that cup in the next 4 years. Let's cross our fingers that we win the cup in the next 4 years and Connor's here for life. Because let's be honest, when you have a franchise player, you want them here for life. That should be the goal of any team drafting a franchise player, is to keep them for life. And we couldn't do it with Wayne, and I covered that last week, but that was Pocklington and that was Wayne. It was much the same reason for Wayne that I'm saying for Connor. Wayne married a actress, and back in '88, there was no social media, there was no cell phones, there was none of that. So if you wanted to be an actress in Hollywood, you had to live in Hollywood. So Wayne needed to move to Hollywood because of his wife, to support his family, and that's how I kind of view Connor. Is he moved to Edmonton, he got married to a local girl, she's opened up an architecture business, they built their dream home, he's got ties and everything here. His best friend Leon Draisaitl just signed for 8 years. So if we win the cup, I think Connor will retire an Oiler, and that's huge praise. So rah, rah, rah. All right, speaking of Leon, this is kind of interesting. Most career goals, Edmonton Oiler history. Number 1 is Wayne Gretzky, no surprise there, at 583. Number 2 is Jari Kurri at 474. Number 3 is Glenn Anderson at 417, but number 4 is Leon Draisaitl already at 399. So he's less than 200 goals off of Wayne Gretzky's numbers. And Leon's been averaging 50 goals or more a season. So it's, unless an injury, I see 4 years and Leon is our top goal scorer on the Edmonton Oilers. It's just, and let's hope there's no injury, but that's the way I see it. And rounding out the list, you got number 5, Mark Messier at 392. Connor McDavid is at 361. But I think Connor prefers being the assist guy. I really do. I don't think he wants to be that 50 goal scorer, even though he has the skill to do it. I think he's happier being the playmaker. So I don't think he's going to be challenging. Well, he's 222 goals away from Gretzky. So I definitely see him becoming number 2 on that list if he stays. 4 years, he's not going to hit Wayne in 4 years at the average that he's been doing thus far. So he would have to re-sign after the 4 years, which, as I just said in the last segment, is meaning we win the cup in the next 4 years. Then number 7 is Ryan Smith, 296. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at 271. So I see Hopkins overtaking Ryan Smith, but I don't see Hopkins overtaking Mark Messier. I think Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is going to come in at probably number 6 on that list. Paul Coffey at 209, and then Craig Simpson at 185. So that's our top 10 in Oiler history, which is amazing. We have 3 active players in our top 10. I mean, that's amazing for such a vaulted franchise. Like those 80s team, like that list is filled with the 80s stars, and they were so good back in the day. So to have 3 active players moving up that list is quite the accomplishment. And yeah, I think Leon in 4 years, barring injury, will pass Wayne Gretzky. And yeah, I honestly didn't think that would ever happen, if I'm being honest. But the game's changed, and players nowadays don't face the hardships that Wayne faced, if we're being brutally honest. I think Leon would have done quite well in the 80s. Connor, he would have had a bit more of a struggle, and I don't think Nugent-Hopkins would have fared remotely as well in the 80s as he does now. It's a different game. It's less physical. It's less nasty. You don't have to have your head on the swivel. Like, you don't have Scott Stevens out there looking to KO you. You don't have Edmonton Oilers defenseman Marchand, submarining you. Or Muni submarining you. Like, you don't have this anymore. So it's a lot easier to just be focused on offense. Like, honestly, I don't think Evan Bouchard could play in the 80s. Like, I know I harp on Bouchard, but I'm just being honest here. With the way the game was played in the 80s, I don't think Evan Bouchard even makes it to the NHL. Truth. He's not strong enough. He's not tough enough. He would have been injured in the first season he was out there because he's not aware enough. Back in the 80s, you had to have your head on a swivel and you had to be aware of what was going on around you. And yeah, Evan and other players, it's not just Evan, but other players, they don't do that nowadays. They're very narrow focused. So yeah, big props to Leon though. Like 4 years, he will be, I think, the most career goals for the Edmonton Oilers franchise. And no matter what era, that is an accomplishment. So well done, Leon. I got this off a different Facebook page, but it's interesting. It's the Edmonton Oilers summer review or preview. Additions: Curtis Lazar, Andrew Mangiapane. So I guess they're just doing the high-profile additions, because we had other additions, but those are the 2 high-profile name additions that we got. 2025 highest draft pick, Tommy Laferriniere, round 3, 83rd overall. The truth is, a third-round draft pick is a crapshoot. He'll make it to the AHL, without a doubt, but I don't know if he'll make it to the NHL. once you're out of that second round, you're into crapshoot territory. So we'll see. Subtractions. Victor Arvidsson. I don't think that's a loss. I don't think he played well last year for us. I really don't. I did not understand why Knoblauch kept putting him up in the top 6 over Jeff Skinner. Like I really didn't understand it because Arvidsson really didn't add anything to our team. Connor Brown, I have mixed feelings about Connor Brown. I loved him 2 seasons ago in the playoffs, but I thought he underwhelmed in the last year's playoffs, honestly. And as I said before, that could be part of Adam Henrique, who I think has lost a step. John Klingberg, I mean, as soon as we signed Bouchard, Klingberg was out. I think John Klingberg was nothing more than insurance in case we couldn't sign Bouchard, because they're much the same player. Bouchard has a higher up ceiling on offense, but otherwise they're pretty much the same player. So you can't carry 2 of them on the team. I mean, the Oiler fans go nuts screaming at Bouchard for his defensive lapses already during the regular season, so you can't carry 2 of those guys throughout another regular season. You just can't. Evander Kane, that's the person I think we're going to miss the most. But as I've said over the last number of weeks, Evander, the league has it out for Evander. There's just no other way to put it. So even though I love Evander Kane and I love what Evander Kane brings to the Oilers, and I loved what Evander Kane brought to Edmonton, the city, off the ice, he was still hurting the team because the league had it out for him, and there was nothing he could do to change that. And yeah, so I think we had to trade him, and we did. And Corey Perry. Corey Perry is like Connor Brown. I have mixed feelings. I love Corey Perry, but he's 41 years old. And what is Corey Perry going to bring this year? Like, you saw him in the playoffs. He started slowing down in the playoffs. He was burning out, whether they want to admit it or not. So we'll have to wait and see. But I don't know if losing Corey was as big a hit as some people like to say. And on this list, they didn't say Jeff Skinner. Now, I don't think losing Jeff Skinner hurt us because Knoblauch wouldn't use Jeff Skinner. I think if Knoblauch had actually given Jeff Skinner an actual chance to play, maybe we'd be missing him because he is a natural goal scorer. But Knoblauch refused to give him a chance. So you can't miss what you never had, and we never had Jeff Skinner because of Knoblauch. It's really as simple as that. Burning question. How much of a distraction is the McDavid contract? I don't think it is a distraction. I think the media is making it to be a much bigger distraction than it actually is. Connor McDavid is signing in Edmonton. As I said in the previous segment, is it for 4 years? Is it for 8 years? We'll have to wait and see. But Connor McDavid is going to re-sign in Edmonton. He is not signing with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So no matter how often you hear this from TSN and Sportsnet, it's not happening, people. 2024-25 stats. Goals for, 11th. Goals against, 14th. Power play percent, 12th. Penalty kill percent, 16th. Save percentage, 16th. Okay, so the power play needs to be in the top 5 with the talent we have. Just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I think the new coaches may actually help our power play because our power play kept trying to do the same thing over and over and over. And even though the other teams knew what they were trying to do, they just kept trying to do the same thing. So it kept getting shut down. So we slid to 12th, from 1st to 12th. We should be in the top 5 with the talent we have. So I'm hoping the new coaches will change up the power play. What I would like to see is three different set plays on the power play or attack forms. One is the one we do with the cross crease, but everybody knows we do that. So we have to add something new. We can't just keep doing the same thing. The second one comes down to Bouchard. And I've been screaming this for a couple of years now, and I'm sure I'm going to go horse screaming it this year. When the teams are crowding the front of the net so he can't get his shot through, Bouchard has to get that killer instinct and just hammer a howitzer at head level. Al McGinnis used to do it. Zendo Chara used to do it. Al Iafrate used to do it. Sheldon Surrey used to do it. Weber used to do it. All the big shots used to do it because they all face the same thing. People would get in front of their shots and think, okay, he's going to weaken off his shot and I can block it. No, they would hammer and they'd scare the bejesus out of those players and send a warning. It's like, you see me loading up, you get the hell out of the way. And that's what Bouchard needs to do. That is the second part of our power play that we need to see from Evan Bouchard. Evan Bouchard passes off too much. He's got the big shot. And it drives me nuts that everyone like Bob Stauffer keeps trying to compare him to Al McGinnis. Evan Bouchard is not Al McGinnis. Al McGinnis had over 100-mile-an-hour slap shot with no stick technology. Like, if Al McGinnis was playing nowadays, his shot would probably be up around 120 kilometers an hour. Same with Weber. You know, when he was healthy, he's been injured the last few years and that lost stuff, but and now he's retired. But like, if he had the stick technology that Bouchard has, he would be up there. Same with Al Iafrate, same with Sheldon Surrey. Like, all of these guys had harder shots than Bouchard. So it's a falsehood for Stauffer and all them to keep trying to compare Bouchard to those other big shots. Bouchard is AA shot. Those guys were AAA shot. And that's just the truth. But Bouchard still has a 90 to 98 mile an hour slap shot or kilometer an hour slap shot. So put it at head level. Scare the bejesus out of these people. Force them to move. Not only will you get your shot through, but it will widen them out so that Connor and Leon can do those cross ice passes. Because when they're all clogged up in the middle, that's what's stopping the cross seam pass. That's why we couldn't get it through last year. So it's on Bouchard more than any other player on our power play to separate them, spread them out. Our penalty killing at 16th. Our penalty killing was not up to snuff last year, and I really don't know why. Other than, and I've said this in other videos, I don't ever want to see Evan Bouchard on a penalty kill. He should not be. He has no defensive ability, so he shouldn't be out there. So that's number one. And that was a number of goals against us. But that wasn't the whole reason. And I'm not going to put it all on Bouchard for that one. And it wasn't Nurse. Nurse was a monster out there doing everything he could. I think the biggest problem is we need to get two shutdown pairing of defenses for the penalty kill. Now, they don't have to be like you have Ekholm and Bouchard as the top pairing. Well, you can sit Bouchard in the bench and use Ekholm on the penalty kill. You got Nurse. Now, I want to see Wallman with Nurse this year, but I have a sneaking suspicion that Knobloch's going to put Stetcher up there again, which I will absolutely disagree with. And if that happens, you will be hearing me scream about that. But same thing is like, okay, say you have Nurse and Stetcher. Well, you can put Stetcher on the bench and use Nurse on the penalty kill. And then you have Kulak and Emberson or Wallman. Like, we need 4 defensemen that are going to be focused in on penalty kill defense, being physical, clearing the front of the net so Skinner can see the puck, so he's not facing constant rebounds. Like, a lot of people scream about Skinner, Stu, but a lot of the problems Stu was having was our defense and our forwards were not back checking, not clearing the front of the net, not eliminating those rebounds. We need to do that. Like, that's the part of the team that needs to be improved greatly, is the defensive responsibility. So, yeah, I would like to see our penalty kill. It doesn't need to be, I'd like to see it around 10th. That 10th or 11th, it doesn't even need to be top 10. It can be 11th, but I don't want to be middle of the league. I want to be top third of the league. So I'm not looking for excellence. I just want to see it improved. And then the save percent, I think, comes if we focus on doing the little things in our own zone. Blocking the shots on the penalty kill, which is another reason why I don't want to see Bouchard on the penalty kill, is because Bouchard doesn't block shots, and I don't want him blocking shots. His game is offense. If he starts going down blocking shots, there's a chance he gets injured, and that serves no purpose at all. So, like, it's not just me hating on Bouchard. Strategy, tactics-wise, it makes no sense having Bouchard on the penalty kill. So, but it's the same thing for the save percent. Once we start clearing the front of our net, we're blocking the shots on the penalty kill, we're tying up the sticks so the rebounds aren't coming in, keeping the puck to the outside, either of our goalies' save percentage will improve. The less high danger shots they face, the better their save percentage will be. The save percentage is a team effort, and we need our forwards when it's 5-on-5 to start back checking consistently. We really do. And on the penalty kill, we got to keep those pucks to the perimeter. And I mean, we see other teams do this to us all the time, keeping us on the perimeter, and we can't score. That's why we were 12th rather than 1st. So why can't we do the same thing back? It's about the personnel. And our top performer last year was Leon Draisaitl at 106 points. And I mean, it's always Leon or Connor. It's one of the two. They flip-flop, so I don't expect any changes. So anyway, that was an interesting little summer preview of the Oilers from what's going on. And the last thing I have for you today is a birthday. This was the other day, but happy birthday to Noah Philp, number 48. Now, I've talked about Phillips before. I think we have to give him a legitimate chance on the team this year. We have to give him 30 games. One, I don't think he's going to clear waivers if we try to send him to Bakersfield this time. He has to clear waivers, and I don't think he will. So unless you want to just give him away, which I think would be absolutely ludicrous, we have to give him the shot that Knobloch has never been willing to give him. 30 games, not 10 games, not 15 games, 30 games. Let him get his feet wet. Let him find his groove. Show us what he's got. Now, after 30 games, if it's not working, then you can send him down or you can trade him. But we got to give him a shot, people. I don't know if we will. For some reason, Knobloch wouldn't give him a shot last year. So I don't know if we will. But I think we have to. And again, I don't think he's going to clear waivers if we try to send him down to the farm at the start of the season. If he goes 30 games and he's just not clicked and not worked out, then he may actually clear waivers because the other teams will see that and go, okay, maybe it's not what we thought. But if we try to send him down at the start of the season, he's not clearing waivers. Somebody's picking him up. I guarantee you. So that's my video for this week. Like I said, there wasn't a lot to talk about, but I thought it was interesting all the same. 6 more weeks and we're into the regular season. I'm going to take a brief moment at the ending of this video to just explain what I'm going to be doing. When the regular season starts, I'm going to continue to do it every Thursday. I'm not going to do this every day, though you can watch shorts. I take this video and I break each segment up into shorts and I put them on each day of the week. So if you don't want to watch this, but I pray you do want to watch this. But if you don't, you can always look at the shorts on my channel, and I cover each topic every single day in a 3-minute or less short. When the regular season starts, I will be doing a recap of every game we have that past week. Now, I film this episode every Tuesday, and it's released for Thursday. That gives me enough time to properly edit it, and maybe something in it just doesn't sit right with me and I can edit it out, or maybe something earth-shattering breaks on Wednesday and I have time to add it in. But I film these on Wednesday or on Tuesday. So basically from Wednesday to Tuesday, whatever games we have, I will do a recap on that video of all those games. I'll keep notes and I'll do my talking points on what stood out to me, who stood out to me, why, blah, blah, blah. my recaps are going to be very different than what you get from Stauffer on Ched or Gregor on 1440 or Oilers Nation or anything. I am not sponsored by the NHL, Rogers, or anyone. I wish somebody would sponsor me, but I'm not. And though I would love the sponsor for the money, not having the sponsor allows me to be brutally honest, and I don't have to toe any corporate line. I mean, you listen to Stauffer, it's very obvious he's towing the corporate line on a number of topics, and Gregor to a lesser degree is guilty of that as well. And I mean, it makes sense. These are who pay their wages, and like in Gregor, he's an independent radio, and they rely on being able to be insiders and get into the room and do the interviews and everything. I don't have any of those commitments. So I'm coming to you as a fan. I'm going to tell you my opinion, tell you what I saw, what I liked, what I didn't like, and you guys can comment in the comment section. You can say, Andrew, you're out to lunch. Andrew, I agree fully. Somewhere in between, you missed this. Why didn't you talk about whatever? You know, let's have a discussion, but that's how I'm going to approach it. So hopefully that's going to be appealing to everybody. And if it is, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. As I said, I've said it time and time again, I'm trying to grow my channel, and a like, a subscription, a comment, a share, it does me wonders. It really does. Just subscribing takes 1 second, costs you absolutely nothing. Just hit on the subscribe button that I have on the screen, or if you're on a cell phone or something, just go to my YouTube page and hit subscribe. Takes 1 second, costs you nothing. You have no idea how much that helps me immensely. Always feel free to comment. I want everybody to comment. Not only does it get us interacting, but it really does help me with the YouTube algorithm and getting more eyes on my videos, which, as I just explained, helps me greatly. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watched in a year to get monetized by YouTube so that I can actually start making some money doing this. And well, I love doing this. This is a passion project. I also want to make a little bit of money to cover my costs on doing this, because mics, cameras, hard drives, these all cost money. And, you know, I'm on disability, so I don't have a lot of free money. And this is how I hope to be able to cover those expenses. And yeah, so anyway, pew, 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 and shit. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.